Good morning and welcome back to my Flosstube channel. My name is Lizzie and I go by, you found me here on YouTube. I think I'm Lizzie Fisher, but I might be this Mrs. Fisher _stitches, which is what my handle is on Instagram. So, new location, I'm sat at the table today because lots of stuff everywhere. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming over and having a little look. I hope you like what you see. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for hanging on. I think in my last video I said now that life's a bit more stable, I hope to do floss tubes more regularly. Let's hope that this long gap is not how regular they are. Regular? Anyhow, hopefully I'll be able to make them more frequently. Now the trouble is, see, my husband works from home now a lot of the time, and when he's not working at home I tend to be in the office as well, so I can't make them early mornings. It feels early morning. It's about just before 8 on Saturday the 8th of February. Let's hope that's right. I do have a diary here, so while I'm chatting I'm going to check. Do you like my diary? It's just a cheapy one I got from Tesco's that was green and it said 2025 on it. And then I've decorated it with, this is a printout of something I stitched for my daughter last year from the magazine. Here's my Swan Bay fabric label. You'll see a thingy of this later. And my Talking Dog Stitchery sticker that I got in the post from her. I was checking the date, wasn't I? Oh, sorry, I get so sidetracked so quickly. Here we go. Yesterday was the 7th, so today is the 8th of February. Brilliant. Yeah, so this channel is all about cross stitch. I do other crafts, but very rarely, because I often think, well, I could be cross stitching, so I prefer to do that. So I do that. I have some finishes. I have some starts. I have some whips. And yeah, shall we go? Because it's been quite a while. So I'll start with finishes and then I'll answer the big question. Did I finish my sister's Christmas present? Those of you that know me know the answer to that question. I think you probably can guess the answer to that question, even if you're new here today, by the fact I'm still asking it rather than saying I've got a new finish. Oh, no, I didn't finish it. So here's finish number 1. This is, what's it called? Everything's Peachy by Love Poppet. I absolutely adore it. I've stitched it 2 over 2. Let me get out of the way. On, I think it's a 28 count natural linen, using the kit threads. I started it at Stitch in London and I finished it. I wonder if I wrote down the date. Oh, I did, because I finished it this year, so it'll be in my little snazzy tomb of a thingy. Okay, I worked on it on January 6th. This is going to be very boring if I have to look through the diary every time. Maybe I need to make a list for next time. Finished Everything's Peachy a month ago on January the 8th. So there we are. This is a month old, this finish. Hurrah, hurrah. The next finish I had was on, that's got to be before then. It was around the 17th of January. It was the 12th. Let me put this down. Run out of table space already. There's a chair. Plomp. The next finish I had, and I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It's in. Excuse the scrunching. I think I've done most of the zips and things, but the next finish I had was this little guy. Just a little mill hill. Not mill hill. What are they called? Oh no, I'll put it on the screen. A little one of these. Celebrate my graduation from my degree, and that's all I'm going to say. I've now graduated. I've stitched something to mark my graduation, and whew, new chapter. Oh wait, look, I've got the packet. It's a Mouse Loft Designs. That's what I meant. There we go. It's in the packet. I had the packet, and that just lives in my stitchy diary for now. Maybe I'll frame it one day. Well, I'm hoping this weekend to tidy up my stitchy area. So hopefully I'll be able to put it on my stitchy area. Oh, I do need to tidy my stitchy area. Oh my lord, my head hurts. If this weekend I'm hoping to tidy up my office space, and then that will go on the wall in my office space upstairs for when I'm working. Okay, try and get my head together. Finish number 3. Da 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 da. Isn't she lovely? It was actually a he. Isn't he gorgeous? So I've stitched him. This is Peacock Pincushion by Cottage Garden Samplings. I've stitched him 1/2 in the called for threads, and I've left my little needle just here in his beak because I think that looks quite cool. And this frame is from Barton Studios on Instagram. You can see them. They release a load of frames every now and then, and the moment I saw this one, I mean, I've had this for a few months, this frame, because I just knew it would be perfect. And look, it's so easy to finish. You just stick it in a hoop, and the hoop comes with the frame, stick the hoop in the frame, and Bob is indeed my uncle. He lives on a farm in Suffolk. But look, I hope, maybe I can take a screenshot now. Oh, but then my hand's going to be in the way. Hold on. Oh. Okay, so that didn't work and we're starting the video. Not again, just catching up. I've taken a screenshot picture. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? My husband's got a few things I need him to hang on the wall this weekend. This definitely going on the pile. And then finish 4. Well, it's finished, but it's not finished. A bit like Everything's Peachy isn't finished. It's going to go in a frame or a hoop or something eventually. Is my Smalls Exchange number 1 for when we go to Stitch North. It's going to be a Biscornu. This pattern is, just checking I told you who the pattern was on the other one. Ooh, from the book of 8 Biscornus by Modern Folk Embroidery. I've stitched it on Mansfield Stone by Swan Bay Fabrics. Beautifully, I won this in a raffle and they were so kind. I have used, stop wiggling, make people seasick. I have used a combination of Roxy Flosstube, not just navy, Great Lakes. So the blue is Roxy Flosstube Great Lakes. The dark pink is Weeks Dye Works Charlotte's Pink. And the light pink is Gentle Arts Sweet Petunia. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going to make that into a Biscornu. I'm probably not going to stitch the bottom. I'm going to go and get some nice sort of thick cotton or velvet, even if I can find some in a shop nearby, to make the other half, because time is precious. And although it would look good, I think it will look just as good with just a plain navy, or even blush pink base. So that's what I'm heading for. 4 finishes, and not a single one of them can I just say, I keep the threads for that, and I will keep the threads for that because somebody else wants me to stitch something in this colour way. I keep the threads for that in this little pouch that Hazel gave to us at Stitch in London. It's perfect. I was holding my lip balm in it, but this is perfect for just 3 little threads. See? Perfect. Okay, all 4 finishes, and not a single one of them my sister's. Now this is what my sister's, she's seen it now, even though it's not finished. She likes it, I hope. Either that or she's a very good actor. This is what it's going to look like eventually. This is what it looked like last time you saw it. And are you ready for this? I got so close. I got so close, everybody. This is what it looks like now. I can see through the fabric. I've done so well. I'm onto the horse, people, onto the horse, and then that's all the cross stitching done. And then there's the small matter of about a year's worth of backstitch. I'd love to say I've enjoyed stitching it. No, I think I have, and the satisfaction of getting it done is going to be so immense. But it did become a slog before Christmas, and I think I got a bit stitched out. I only picked it up in the last few days because I needed something big count, like big stitches to do. So I've had a wee bit of a headache. So yeah, I've literally got this horse to do here, and then I can start the back stitch, and then I've got the frame, got that already. They opened that on Christmas Day too. And then hopefully it'll be done and I can give it to her. So that's a nearly finish, a very nearly finish. The back stitch won't take too long, I hope. Maybe about a week of evenings. But do I have a week of evenings though? That's the thing. See, I've set myself so many challenges, and I get really excited about the next new challenge, and I'm already looking at starting something else because I finished that Biscornu last night. But really I need to get on with all my other things I need to stitch. But temptation has struck, hey ho. So shall we go through some starts I've had? Well, I think maybe we'll just go through the rest of the pile as it stands on the is on the desk, and I'll show you them. Now, do I have the chart for this one? I'm just going to pop you on pause a minute because I need to find the chart. Or not, didn't work. I'm back, sorry, wheeling my chair back. So this was a New Year's Day start. I've got 2 New Year's Day starts. So that was the dog grumbling. Sorry, he doesn't like it when I'm chatting to no one. Doesn't like it when we're chatting in general. He's just a grumbly dog. New Year's Day, I did 2 new starts. I didn't stitch masses on either of them. This one got a couple of hours, if that, and the other one got the entirety of Mary Poppins because that was on and I was alone, so I watched it. I love it. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang's my other childhood favourite. And one of our dinosaurs is missing, but that's very hard to get. Nowhere streams it. I need to find out where I can buy it. Anyhow, sidetrack. This was my New Year's Day start. Mirabilia the Muse. It was released at the start of last year, and I had it for yonks, and I was too scared to start it. Now I've started it. I just keep forgetting I've started it. I'm doing it with the Cool For fabric, with the Cool For threads. And it goes, which way up does it go? I think it goes this way up. Can you see? So I've done a teeny weeny bit. I've done a teeny weeny bit of stitching. I've started putting the Krynic in because you know what, I can't count, so I need to do it as it's done, because otherwise they'll be unpicking, and I don't like going backwards. So yeah, that's that one. And then my next new start is this one. Put a Bird on It by Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery. Yes, he's signed my chart. He did that at Big Stitch. I bought this at Big Stitch, in fact, otherwise I would have had it as a PDF. Haven't done masses again. Do you want to see my colourway? So lots of people are doing it in this colourway that Hannah from Roxy Flosstube did, I think, because the pattern's a monochrome pattern. I am doing it in true I can't be trusted with anything style. In this colourway. So I've got some, they're all Roxy Floscos. Some of them are quite old. I've got Grassy. I've got My Funny Valentine. I love that. This one I just had to buy. There was 2 skeins at Stitch in London, and I gave one to my friend Leslie because she also wanted it, and I felt bad for buying them both. This one's called Tequila Sunrise, and this is Flamingo. And I think together they're quite striking. So I'm doing put a tropical bird on it, obviously, because they're quite colourful. And I am working on a piece of Coffee Crafts fabric, and it's a 56 count, so I have to use my magnifying glasses, etc, etc. And here is my teeny tiny start. Lots of people have done a lot more. Try to get it in focus. There we go. That is Mary Poppins. Does it focus if I bring it closer? No. Anyhow, teeny tiny, but I'm looking forward to getting all of these gorgeous colours onto that purple. It's going to be lush. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, whilst we're talking about teeny tiny stitches and new starts, this is going to be the other of my smalls exchanges, because we're going to 2 weekends of Stitch North. We are so lucky. So lucky to be able to do this. It's like my holiday of a lifetime. I've never flown for a long haul. I haven't flown for years. So I've never been to Canada, never been to America, never been, any further than Switzerland. And this is going to be the holiday pretty much of a lifetime, unless we are mad and start saving to do it again in 2027. Not that we've discussed that much, honestly. So anyway, I digress. I'm making another small, and this is going to be a drum. But it's not going to be any drum. It's going to be a teeny tiny orange drum. The pattern I'm using, it doesn't look like a drum. It looks like a spool. Because Christina from Vast Iris Naps did it as a spool, but she's also finished it as a drum, and she did it on 40 count, and it was about this big, and it was adorable. So me being me, I'm doing it on 56 counts in orange, because that's the other of my favourite colours. This is a MPI silk, first time using that, on 56 counts. That's the top of the drum. So I've just got the edge of the drum, and it says a token of my love. And I'm going to do that. Whack it into a drum, teeny tiny stitches again. And Bob is, like I say, my uncle who lives in Suffolk. So that's another start, and another whip. Need to get a wriggle on with that, but I've had a headache for about a week, and I can't do 56 count when I've got a headache. So let's hope that goes soon. Speaking of small counts of fabric, leads us nicely onto a whip that I have. So sorry, I keep using this word, and if you're new, you might not know. A whip is a work in progress. A start is obviously a start, and an FFO, but I might not have said that, is a fully finished object. So like the peacock in the frame, that's a fully finished object, and an FO is just a finished object, such as my biscornu, because I haven't made it into an FFO yet. I haven't fully finished it yet. This is neither finished nor fully finished. This is barely a start. No, it's not. It is stitched together by Tiny Modernist. And I'm doing this as a stitch along, start along with my friends Fiona and Leslie. They've both finished theirs. Here's mine. I'm doing it on 46 count. I'm using the Roxy Floss Co. Called for threads. That green here looks so dark in this light. Looks almost black nearly, but it's not. So yeah, 1/2 on 46 count. It's really lovely. And I'm going to finish it by the time I go to Canada, because otherwise I think Fiona might kill me. Here are all the threads, just to show they do work. It's a bit of a rat's nest, but they work nicely on that fabric. They all show up. It's not going to be a problem that I'm doing it on green. what's going to be a problem is my head hurts. Have I mentioned that before? Sorry, I'll shut up. Look at this cute bag that Andrea gave us at the Floss Friends weekend last weekend. It's so cute. It's like, let me show you. Sorry, sidetrack. It's got my husband on one side first thing in the morning, and then me on the other side first thing in the morning. We are very much not birds of a feather, me and my husband, when it comes to getting up. Right, sorry, digress. What else am I talking about? Another new start. Oh no, we were talking about whips, but I have got 2 more new starts, 3 more. 3 more new starts, 4 more new starts, and 1 more whip. I thought I'd done all the zips, turns out I haven't done any, I'm really sorry. So, oopsie, what was that? What was the thread? Following the success of, excuse me, I had to pick up my thread. Following the success of the ink circles round robin that I did with Ros Clark and Kath and Claire last year of my dragons. Have I shown you that? Not sure where I put it. I've decided to do one all on my own, and I'm going to do the ink circles Elemental Dragons Fire. Now I've dyed some fabric recently. I needed an orange for a project I've yet to start, and just pushing my needle through to the back. She says, can't see in this light. Hope you can see. I've dyed some fabric, and this was orange dye. The piece I dyed on white came out this orange. Oh, doesn't that go perfectly? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Came out this orange, but I put in some grey fabric that was like a Zweigart grey, and it came out this colour. Quite the difference, yeah. So, and I'm stitching my Elemental Dragons Fire. Why has it got a blurry edge? Hope it works. On here. Doesn't that look nice? It's going to be fab. I've just picked a random selection of reds and oranges. I'm just going to stop and start again because I'm not sure this is recording properly. It was fine. I'm just paranoid about having to re-record, I think, because I never know what I'm saying when I'm saying it at the best of times. So yeah, so this is going to be stitched. I've got some like 666 and some sparkly like this, the etoile stuff, and yeah, that's exciting. I'm enjoying that. That lives in just a little bag. They're really useful, those Amazon bags. I might buy a pack to take to Stitch North because I'm going to be starting a few things there. I'm not even going to try and hold back on starts there. Next new start is Baldwin Birdies by Modern Folk Embroidery, which is going to look like this. I don't have a printout of it, so I'll put in a little picture. Well, it's not going to look like that because he stitched his white on red, red on white, and I'm stitching mine. I'm really, really pleased with it. Green on green. Now it is not showing up right because the lights are too bright in here, I think. So this is not Wentworth Sage, this is Heartfield Moss by Swan Bay Fabrics. And I'm stitching it in 501. 501 matches our kitchen cupboards perfectly, apart from it's not shiny like they are. And I think I want to hang it in or near the kitchen when it's done. I'm not doing bad, and I really enjoy it. So, and I knew I'd enjoy it because I did the small one, didn't I? I did that in orange. Don't know where that is either. And so I knew I'd enjoy this. I love the pattern. It is quite a county one, quite a county one, and I'm using like waste thread to stitch between the things to make sure I don't put a motif like a stitch in the wrong place, or worse, half a stitch in the wrong place. Yep, so that's good. I love that. So that's going to be a year-long project, and I'm okay with that. Have I told you any of my goals? Yes, I've told you the things I need to finish. So far I've got finishes of this in a year's time. So as I say, 36 count, 1 over 1. No, 36 count, 1 over 2. In DMC and Swan Bay Fabrics. This I need to finish by April. This I don't have a timeline on, but it'd be nice to get it done, let's say, in the next 2 years, because let's be honest, I'm going to get sidetracked. The stitch together needs to be done by April. I would like this finished by April. That's the Adventure House. I have no plans, and put a bird on it. I really have no plans. Okay, so moving on to another new start. Should we go get them all done and out of the way? This is the last but one new start. God, I'm awful. But I'm happy. So it doesn't matter. Now I'm just looking up the front of this chart. I may not even have printed the front of this chart. Yes, I have. Pretty Little Toronto by Satsuma Street. Oddly enough, have I mentioned we're going to Stitch North, me, Leslie and Fiona, and we're flying into Toronto. I think we're going to spend a couple of nights in Toronto. We've got a super duper Airbnb booked. I think we're going to be about there, in distance from the CN Tower, and it's a 6-minute walk to the waterfront. So all very exciting. Fiona and Leslie have both finished theirs, of course. We're all stitching it so we can all hold them up on the boat ride. Of course, they've finished it. Here's mine. For me, I started this Christmas Day? Boxing Day? I don't think I've done too bad for me. Now this is a 16 count rustic bin, whatever it calls for, but in 16 count Zweigart Ada, like Rustico I think it might be called. I'm using this very nice needle that my friend Tina bought us. It's a... No, it's not working, is it? It's a ball tip needle anyway. And I think I've found my new preferred needle for stitching on Ada. It just finds the holes really nicely, really easily. So there we go. That is Toronto. That will be Toronto by April the 23rd. And that lives in this bag that Leslie bought me as part of my Christmas advent. Put the pattern in the bag or you'll never see it again. All this talking's making me thirsty. Right. And then my next my next work in progress, and I wanted to get this finished at the weekend, but it turned out I can't count, and I had way more stitches than I can do in a weekend, especially while I'm chatting and talking, is Hello Kitty. Well, it's called Strawberry Kitty, I think. It's from Colourfully Sarah. And I'm doing well. I've got all the outlines done, so no more dark grey in it. All of this red colour done. All of the pink, this pink colour. So it's basically a lot of white and some blue to fill in. Stitching this for my daughter. And the plan was to get it done, but I had to be realistic. It wasn't going to happen at the weekend, so I thought I will enjoy stitching it rather than trying to rush it. I hate stitching to deadlines. I'm very much what I want when I want, and stitching to deadlines really doesn't suit me. So I think after this round of getting stuff done for Toronto, no more deadlines. I've decided I don't like them, therefore I'm not going to agree to them. My last new start then, it's not cross stitch, although it does have some cross stitches in it, so I can count it as cross stitch. It's the steady thread, that's what it is. Steady thread black work Sal. And I'm nearly up to date. I've just got 2 circles to do, which I might do this morning once I finish recording before I go out. And so you get the border, and I had to do this because those scissors, they're just phenomenal. And then I'm filling it in the brightest colourway possible, and you get like a different circle each week to fill in. So I've got to do 2, and I've got them printed out so I can see them. Rachel Stitchology got me onto this. It's her fault. She never accepts responsibility for anybody's new starts, that girl. You know, she's like, oh yeah, do it, and then you blame her, and she's like, no. But that's fair enough, because I am my own decider. Never believe I had a psychology degree. I could tell you what the words are in psychology talk if my brain was even plugged in. I'm in control of my own destiny, is what I'm trying to say, I think. And so I thank Rachel for enabling me to do this. I don't blame her at all, because I do really enjoy it, and I think it's going to be a very colourful something when it's finished. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's going to be colourful and I love it. And that's all the stitching I've done since I last made a video. It's been quite a while since I last made a video. I did go to the Floss Friends tips and tricks weekend, and I did two workshops. One was how to make a tassel, and one was all about different types of needles. So Ruth's workshop on how to make a tassel, this is the one I made in the workshop. So she provided us with this cord and the beads, and then we made the tassel. It's all CXC thread, which is genius because it makes it so much cheaper. That's the one I made in the thingy. And then yesterday, day before yesterday, I thought I'm going to try and make my own. And I went to Hobbycrafts because my daughter wanted something, and they were selling this bag of 100 skeins of random known thread, 100 skeins, 8 meters each, so it's DMC length, definitely not quality, and for reduced to £11. So that makes, if you use 2 skeins per tassel, that makes each tassel 22p. That is math I can get on board with, and I think I might do some of these as like smalls exchange things. Not smalls exchange, like table gifts and everyone gifts. So I might even get another one. Very few purples in it, but hey ho. Because for 22p each, bargain. So I made my cord using my husband's drill. He put the end of a bulldog clip in it. And so what I did was, let me show you in an example. I haven't really got any thread out. I'll just use this as an example, look. I threaded my lengths of thread through there, and I tied them in a knot and put that knot on the door handle, and then noise, I twisted it, see, and it makes a really good twist really quickly. There we go. So that's that, and then you just knot it and wang it around a bit to get the bits all even. Now my question is, do you think I should have used less strands, because that's quite a chunky cord? And then I followed Ruth's way of doing it. She'll have to make a tutorial or something video, won't she? Ruth's way of doing it to make the tassel on the end. My daughters were really pleased with it, so they've pulled out their threads they want theirs making with. So I just need to go and grab some beads. This was just a random bead I had that was big enough, and that's the thing. That's why I'm thinking I used too much thread, because the size of that bead compared to the size of that bead, and that was the smallest bead I could get the cord through. Quite different. So I need to go and get some beads and maybe only use half a skein when I'm making the cord. That was great fun though, and so satisfying. And using my memory when I got back to make it a few days later after having a migraine, I'm going to make lots of these. And then a beautiful table gift from my friend Edita. Isn't that lovely? It's a lovely little heart. Now she did this wiggly wiggly stitch on her sewing machine, I believe. Dominic was telling me all about it. And then she stitched these beads on by hand. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that's another reason I need to organise my desk space upstairs, get rid of all the husband's tools around it. You'd not believe what it looks like. It's literally a desk, and then in front of me I've got resistors and transformers and cables for this and cables for that, and there. And then I can put this up there. You see? So if I tidy that up, I can just put that up there as well. And then gorgeous Wendy bought us some backing fabric for smalls, like if we make little cushions. There's like one for each season. We've got bees for spring and summer. Got some beautiful batik fabric, that's just gorgeous. Some sort of Day of the Dead type October-y fabric, and some Christmas trees. Love that. And I haven't eaten the chocolate. Let me take that out and I'll deal with that as soon as I stop recording. I may think that might be it, you know. What have I got planned? I might start something new soon. I want to make a little pin cushion. Not pin cushion, pin book. I've had an idea and I want to try it. I've also had an idea I want to stitch some more peacocks. Haven't got a peacock on the go. Oh, but I am going to start a peacock, a bothy peacock. Once I finish this, I've got a couple of bothy peacocks. I might start a bothy peacock because I bought the Chip and Pip. Is that what they're called? Pip and Chip? Chip and Pip? They made a set of bothy thread dangles. What are they called? You know, the little things you dangle your thread from. Anyway, they've made a set of those, and they've all got the code, because bothy threads use the same code for white is always W, a certain shade of green is always the sideways triangle, that type of thing. They've made a set of those thread dangles, and I think that because words are so hard. When I was stitching this, the thread cards that it came with have pretty much disintegrated by now. So I think that's genius of them. I wish I could remember what the word is. Thread dangles is all I can come up with. Let me know in the comments if you can remember what that word's called. So yeah, here we are. I've made a video. Let's hope I make another one before I go in April, because that's months away yet. However, it does take time to make videos, and some people might say I need to use that time stitching. I've got lots of videos to paste together because I kept stopping and starting. I need to W the D's. Then I'm going for brunch with a old school friend, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I've got a chocolate sweet. A little hearty chocolate. Look, a little heart. So with that, peace of love and chocolatey goodness. Stay well, stitch what makes you happy, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.